Hey guys, it's Katie at scrappinkaty.ctmh.com, and let's take a look at the July-August 2021 Close to My Heart catalog.
So here is a look at the Close to My Heart July through August 2021 catalog. And these products will go live July 1st. If you are shopping my website right now to try to get in those last minute purchases from the May and June 2021 catalog, a free catalog will be added to your cart. And so this catalog will actually come with your order, and that way you can thumb through it. If you do not need a catalog to thumb through all the wonderful products, or you can just reference this video, then you will be able to see these products live on my website starting July 1st. And that is scrappinkaty, and that's katy.ctmh.com. So here is the gorgeous cover using our Isabella line. And then as always, we have a letter from our founder, Jeanette Litton. And then we have a look at the current Craft with Heart scrapbooking subscription and the card making subscription. Now keep in mind, these actually went out in April. And so if you have subscribed, you already have seen these. If you are not a subscriber yet, I'll leave a link down below. But these are wonderful kits, and I even have playlists for this Craft with Heart subscription. So these are wonderful kits if you are a newbie to either scrapbooking or card making, or they're just wonderful layouts if you are in a hurry, want to get a bunch of photos scrapbooked, and you just you're mentally exhausted, you don't have time. These are wonderful kits to put together, fast, simple, and easy. And then you can also add your own touch. If you're a veteran scrapbooker and kits just aren't your thing, I often use these and then kind of add either Cricut cuts or stamping or something like that to them to kind of make them my own. So the first paper collection is called Wander, and as you can see, it definitely has some travel vibes, some vacation vibes. Whether you are in the mountains, we've only been to Utah, I believe, twice. And then I'm from Texas, so we don't have mountains, we have hills, but watch for some layouts featuring this line without all the mountainous views and stuff like that, in case you have not been to those on vacation. Here is a look at the paper packet. Now remember, our paper packet, you can either get the paper packet alone or you can get it with the sticker sheet. And these sticker sheets, these stickers are oversized for scrapbooking, but they could also be used on cards. And then you've got the coordinating cardstock, which I love to purchase because that way it's just all together. I get the two packets, I immediately open up the coordinating cardstock, I take those cardstock pieces out and I put them in with my paper packet, and that way it's always there. Then you've got these die cuts. Now I'm going to go through these here in just a second to actually show you and feel what they're like. And then you've got our Picture My Life, which is basically the equivalent of pocket scrapbooking. And then you've got our card making stamp set. Now our stamp sets do come with thin cuts, or you can get them without thin cuts. So if you don't have a die cutting machine, don't worry. You can just get the stamp set without the thin cuts, and then you can just fussy cut those out. And everything you see here in this kind of sage color, that means that it has a coordinating thin cut. And then we have the one for the scrapbooking pages. And you can see here artwork samples with those as well. And then each one of our collections also comes with a scrapbooking workshop and a card making workshop. So these workshops have exclusive items in them. So this scrapbooking workshop is going to have these die cuts and then 2 exclusive pattern papers. And you will have instructions to cut and assemble these 3 layouts. Now, these can either be a double page layout, or you can have a single page layout and then a double page spread and a double page spread and then another single layout. And then here is our card making workshop. You guys know, if you're a follower of mine, I love to make cards. I have a hard time actually making it to the post office with them. So a lot of times I kind of take a back seat to card making because I have so many. So I'd rather scrapbook, immediately put my photos on, and document that memory. But this was one of my very first purchases. I just love this thin cut right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this thin cut right here actually has the cityscape, and then it has this mountainscape. So they're actually cut out of the cardstock or pattern paper or whatever you decide to use. Now, the one thing with our card making is that you don't have the option to leave the thin cut off. So if you don't have a die cut machine, if you need some suggestions on the best ones out there, please leave me a message. I definitely have my favorites. Or if die cut machine is not something you want to do, you could purchase this and then just definitely either recreate this on a Cricut, or you wouldn't even have to have the cityscape. This would even just be cute with just a circle. And this is not going to be lost just on cards alone, because we just got back from New York and I am picturing this on a scrapbook layout. So gorgeous. I'm going to love it. I can't wait to break it open and use it. So before I go on to the next line, let me actually walk you through the Wander line and show you what I have got. Let me do the paper packet and sticker sheet first. Love, love, love the colors. So on point. You can see right here, I hope you can see, is that some of these stickers have a gloss to them, which is going to add just some interest to your projects. And like I said, some of them are oversized, specifically meant for layouts. But even this, that would even fit on a standard size card. Even these would, and then these borders you could definitely cut apart. So I just love that glossy kind of accent that they added to these stickers. So let's take a look at the pattern papers. Now, in our pattern paper collection, you have a double-sided piece of paper. So on one side, you're going to kind of see this chevron zigzag yellow, and that is our Sundance color, and it's kind of a tone on tone. And then that opposite side is going to be that landscape. You've got the, that could either be dark hills or that could be water, and then sand and mountains, and then of course that bright sun, and then of course our zip strips or our branding strips can either be left on the 12 by 12 and you could just cut off 1/2 inch down here to make it a 12 by 12, or you can definitely cut those off and use them on other projects as well as cards. The next pattern is kind of this starry Milky Way pattern. And then this one is kind of like, where you see on maps, sometimes how you can view the street view, or you can view, forgot what the other one is called. Anyways, perfect for vacation photos. And then of course this zip strip is super cute for all your camping and canoeing. And I mean, that could even, instead of a map, it could maybe be a trifold for a science project, or, whatever you want. I love that these things are just so versatile and will allow you to do what you want to do with them. And then the last pattern paper, of course, is this gorgeous little icon that has, these icons just have to do with camping and vacation and outdoors. And then of course this one, it's kind of like a diamond, but then you've got squares. I just love it. And then you've got this zip strip. So that is the paper packet. These are those chipboard embellishment shapes that I was telling you about. And so those just pop right out of here. Again, perfect for scrapbooking or card making. I love that little cup of coffee. And then, of course, these arrows. And then you've got this little outer frame. So those are going to be super cute. And then don't forget that, once you punch these out, you could even cut along this edge and you could use this open frame for something. And then the last thing I'm going to show you in this line, I'm not going to go through all the stamp sets, but the last thing I'm going to show you in this line is our Picture My Life, or our PML cards. And this is for pocket scrapbooking. If you are not a pocket scrapbooker, do not worry. These can go just like they are on open two-page or one-page layouts. They're double-sided, and so one side is going to be the portrait version. The other side is going to be the landscape version. And you've got quite a good array of some journaling, some just photos. And again, you've got a portrait version and then a landscape version. Those are 4x6, and then these are the 3x4s. And then these also work really well on cards as well. So you've got those. And then I'm not going to go through the scrapbooking workshop or the card making workshop. Look for additional videos, more probably mid-July for those. So our next collection in this July and August catalog is Isabella. And it is so pretty. I love the colors. I'm loving the use of fruit. You see some lemons there. So you've got our paper packet and then the sticker sheet like I was explaining. You've got the coordinating cardstock. And then instead of the chipboard pieces for Isabella, we have these acrylic shapes. And I have some of those, so I'll show you those here in just a second. And then you have the PML cards. And then as always, I forgot to mention with Wonder, but we do have the coordinating Cricut digital collection that you can purchase. And you'll find my affiliate link by going to my website and scrolling all the way down to the bottom, and then you'll see the little Cricut icon. So you'll click on that. You won't pay any extra, but it just gives me a little boost in sales. You've got our card making workshop, our card making stamp set. Now I want to point out that here everything in pink is a thin cut. And then these are meant to actually stamp onto a piece of cardstock, and then you use the thin cut to cut out the letters. So if you'll see here on you, what they did was they stamped that and then cut out you with their thin cuts, and then you get that patterned look right there. Then we've got our scrapbooking stamp set, really oversized flowers there. And then you've got the two workshops. Now remember, we have a scrapbooking workshop and a card making. Your exclusive items in the scrapbooking is going to be these kind of lemon thin cuts, as well as a whole bunch of other, the scallop border. And then you've got two pattern papers that are exclusive to this workshop. And then you've got the card making workshop. And you can see here, these are the 4 cards with the fully color illustrated guide that it will walk you through cutting the pieces of paper as well as stamping and assembling these 4 cards. And then before we go into that, let me show you what Isabella looks like up close and personal. So here is the paper packet with the sticker sheet. Again, just so pretty. This one doesn't have a gloss like Wonder, but just so pretty. I'm loving those colors together. And then you can see that says best. So it could be best friends, best memories, anything you want. Getaway. This would be perfect for either a mother-daughter getaway, a girls getaway. You could even be drinking lemonade, anything you can think of. And then we've got our pretty patterned paper. So remember, they're double-sided. And so you've got this pretty floral. Those almost look like olive branches. And then you've got these pretty oversized florals with the lemons. And then you've got this pattern. And then the back side is this Sundance kind of diamond lattice work pattern, and then this pretty pattern. And then you've got the chevron on this side, and then the back side, of course, is all these squares. Now this would be pretty as is, or you could even cut these apart and use them sporadically on your card or your layout. And then let's take a look at these acrylic shapes I was telling you about. I'm just going to pull out some here in my hand. So you've got some florals, you've got some of those patterns that were in that square B&T, you've got some individual flowers. Now these little centers punch out. So you also had a blue center, so this would be pretty if you put the blue center in the white flower and vice versa. That'd be really cute with a white center on those. Then you've got this little pattern, and then you've got some leaves, and then you can see that you've just got a bunch of little tiny things in there. So those are the acrylic shapes. And then so we have the Picture My Life cards. Again, you get 4x6, portrait and landscape. Time spent with you is time well spent. That's really pretty pattern. You and me, so you get quite a few of the 4x6. And then you also get these cute little 3x4s. Again, these are perfect for cards as well. So if you're not a scrapbooker, go ahead and pick up these as well as some of our card bases, and you will have quick, simple cards put together in no time. So the next thing that our 2-month catalog always has is what's called a mix-in collection. And this collection is just pattern paper, or you're not going to get 2 of each. So you just get 1 of each. And they are meant to actually coordinate perfectly with the 2 collections that are also in this catalog. So these colors and these patterns are going to go perfectly with Wander as well as Isabella. And so I have one here to show you. I love these collections because they're super affordable. It's only $6.95 US. And then, like I said, they go perfectly with these collections. And then I've also found, because we have an exclusive color palette here at Close to My Heart, they also go really well with past paper packets, because we all know we have tons of those. So here's the one pattern, and then the back side is this one. And that's almost like a little gathering kind of that you see in upholstery. And then I love that kind of wood grain zip strip. The second one, you can kind of see it's almost like a watercolor look. And then you've got the back, and this is our peach color. And then you've got this one, which is mink. And then, oh, look at that tone on tone, those florals. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. Oh, and then I love this. This is going to be perfect for Wander. And then the back side is that toffee polka dot, and then of course the zip strip. And then you've got this paprika. That really looks like upholstery. And then the back side. And then again, more polka dots. You guys know I love polka dots. And then this one is the sapphire, and it almost looks like a denim, the way it's distressed. Can you see that? And then the back side is polka dot, but it's definitely got a pattern, almost like a hexagon or something. And then of course that pretty zip strip. So I'm going to run through really quickly with some of the stamp sets and tell you the ones that I'm really liking. I'm not going to show you those right now, but again, you can go on my website July 1st, or if you were to place an order right now, this catalog would be added to your order. So we've got some more gnomes. This is the Chillin' with My Gnomies, and very summery themed. And again, everything in this mint color means there's a thin cut, but if you don't have a die cut machine, you can just purchase the stamp set outright. Then we've got the doodled florals. I did pick this one up, even though I'm not really a huge floral person. I just loved these. These are going to be really cute with some watercolors to color those. And I definitely got the scrappy lady. So you've got this girl, she's sitting at her scrapbook table, and then you've got all of these fun little sentiments. Anytime is a good time to play with paper, paint, fabric, scissors, messy bun, and getting things done. You guys know I love to wear a messy bun. Scrappy lady. And then you've got these two. Now these are oversized stamp sets. You've got one for pool and you've got one for lake rules. Keep in mind that here at Close to My Heart, we offer 2 different spellings. So almost every stamp set with a sentiment is going to come with one that's mainly used for the US version, and then it's going to come with another version that may have alternate either spellings for our Canadian friends, or maybe even alternate words. So like instead of mom, you would get mom. What you want to do is you want to add the product number that does not have the E. Does not have the E. So if you have any questions, usually you can tell by shopping on my website. Otherwise, look at this catalog, and you're going to want to use the one without the E if you are in the US market. Again, I love that it shows it right here on a card, and then it shows you right here on a layout. It's created this border right here. And then on this one on the card, they've actually colored in just some of the images, which is fun. You've got a lake lady and then a beach lady. These are called At the Lake, At the Beach. I've picked this one up because we always go to the beach every summer, and then I also have some Mexico photos that I need to scrapbook. And then you have these 2 cute ones. This is Smiles from the Garden and Cute as a Bug. And again, you've got some sentiments that would be perfect for cards, but you could also definitely use these sentiments or these stamp sets on layouts as well. Then for our animal loving friends, we've got I Wolf You, Your Possum, and then Jawsome Birthday. Then we've got Hot in Flashes stamp set for all you premenopausal or menopausal women, or even women who just work out. So I mean, it's got, you know, just she's ready to take on the world. She's sweating. You know, I don't know, but you could stretch it a little bit. And then we've got this stamp set, the Happy Birthday song, that is going to coordinate with our thin cut, our waterfall thin cut. So as you pull this, you're going to actually be taken through the birthday song. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday, da da da, happy birthday to you. So isn't that cute? And then we've got the continuation of our months of the year. So we've got July and we've got August. And then we have a new thin cut. Now this is so pretty. I definitely got this one. This is the butterfly background. And if you can see here, it does not cut the center of the butterfly all the way through. So you can see that just the wings of the butterfly come up from the card or the layout. And you can see the cardstock or whatever that you put underneath. But the center of the butterfly does not cut through. So those are going to stay intact. And then we've got our stamps of the month. So we've got Strong Roots for July. And then we've got this Fun Tutti Fruity Summer for August. And again, in the fun and the sun, you can use various images or icons. You can see here where they use this little orange slice or lemon slice or whatever you wanted to do in there. And then if you had some even additional stamp sets that maybe had a watermelon or something like that, you could do the watermelon in there as well. So that is it for the walkthrough. Again, I will leave links down below. If you're watching this in my VIP Facebook group, then those links won't be available until July 1st. But if you're watching this on YouTube, July 1st, all those links down below should be live. You can click on them and then start adding anything and everything to your cart. Again, as always, if you have any questions, let me know. And thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button. So when I start posting artwork with all of these new products, you'll be alerted that there's been a new video added. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful week.